What states are the best ones to invest in?
The ones where jobs are growing at right now. But you can find value anywhere. I can go to New York and find value. I can go to California and find value. But the problem with New York and California is I have a bunch of government regulation, and not all of New York, but like New York City, where they tell me how much money I can rent. They tell me I don't want to deal with that, man, because I can't go to my investors and say, hey, here's what kind of return I'm going to get you. Oh, but by the way, I don't know. Well, what do you mean you don't know? Well, because the government might come in and change something. So investors want to stay away from them. So I know right now Ohio's on fire. Where we're at is on fire. Not to get into politics, but we tend to want to invest more into the red states. Um, and it has nothing to do with me being I'm actually an independent, but it has more to do with the policies, that they are less government and they're going to stay out of it, and versus the heavy blue states are going to get more involved, and they're going to make sure that the landlords can only charge XYZ amount. And then also you want to stay away from states where unions are really heavy, because that can have an impact on your revenue as well. So I know Florida's on fire, Texas is on fire, Ohio, Indiana, the Midwest states are great. I would stay away from Chicago. I would stay away from the really big cities, except the ones in Texas and Florida. I wouldn't. Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. Unless you're local to that area and you just know how to find deals. You have a lot of job growth. Jobs are moving there because taxes are cheaper. People are moving out of California. You got basic jobs leaving. So watch, when basic jobs leave, every one basic job that leaves it's taking 6 to 10 jobs with it. So watch this. New York real estate pricing is going down. California real estate pricing in a lot of areas is going down. Now San Francisco is so strong and so beautiful and so small. Actually, it's only 48 or 49 square miles. But for the most part, guys, Texas, Florida, you're just your middle states, man. Like Ohio is perfect. Probably Kentucky is good, and Indiana. And I know my partner Matt, he said, hey man, look, Louisville's fire. We want to start looking in Louisville. And Matt is very, very smart, very analytical. If he said Louisville, he has a very good reason for that, and it has to do with basic jobs. Utah. Hey, somebody just said Utah is exploding. Yes, Utah's on fire. People want to be out there. People are leaving California, man. They want to come. And California's a beautiful state, but the government's just got crazy over there, man. They're taking all your money. They're telling you what you can do. Las Vegas is probably hot, man. Las Vegas is beautiful, brother. All them states like that. Vegas is really hot. I think Vegas, maybe because of COVID, maybe had a slight pullback, but that is prime market. Vegas is growing. People who are selling their houses in California for so high, they're able to come out to Vegas and retire and buy a house that's equal or better than the house they had and still have a ton of money left. I saw that 2 years ago when we were out there.
My wife is really skeptical about having renters. Any advice?
Here's the deal, man. That's okay for her to be skeptical. Whenever you have somebody skeptical, here's all I'm gonna tell you, man. If she does not have a reason to be skeptical, then what's the thing? If you do not have, so look, what's her reason behind it? What's her right now? What she's telling you is that's her spidey senses. That's her gut. And that's okay. It's like somebody saying, "Well, I don't like this apartment building. It's on a hill." Okay. Hey, I need to see if I can get earth movement insurance. Okay, I can. Okay. All right. Checked off. Now your concern is met, right? You got to understand something, man. That your option, and I don't know your financial circumstances, is that you are going to probably die not wealthy. You have to do something to change that. And if your wife has some reason that is valid, then you have to validate that, and you have to find a way to satisfy what her validation is. If there's no valid reason, then you have to throw it out the window and you have to march forward, because ultimately you're the head of the house and you have to make sure that your kids and grandkids and great grandkids are set up. And you're not going to do that by being fearful of investing.
I'm looking at West Virginia to invest in, particularly the Morgantown area because of the university. I'm in Richmond, Virginia, and it's not cheap for someone like me just starting. Will you advise against West Virginia, considering they don't seem to have a huge job growth, but they do have the West Virginia University?
I would have to, I got mixed feelings on that. Universities, I think long term, people are seeing with all the education that's coming out, like we're coming out with an educational course, man, that is going to probably give you more in 5 months than you're going to get in 4 years of university. So I think that, and Mark Cuban's calling for a student, everybody's calling for colleges to slide back some. And I think colleges are great if you know what you're going for and you have a goal. But if you're going there to try to figure out life, it's an expensive way to figure out life. So I got mixed feelings, and I would have to actually do some, more underwriting on that town to know, is there any other demand drivers? What if the university goes away or loses 20%? What does that look like? Is there an oversaturation in the market? And I tend to want to stay away from those areas that don't have multiple demand drivers.
What would you look for in a duplex or a triplex in the Tampa area?
I would look for one that's in an area that's going to be like right outside where the growth is happening, where the growth is going to come to it. I would look to be able to leverage it. I'd be able to look to be able to get a 6% return or 7% return, borrow the money at 4%, get 2 or 3 point spread off the bank's money. But I'm looking for appreciation there. I would look for one that is not super old. And if it is super old, does it have wood damage in it? Is there been any termites? Just all the typical stuff that I would look for anywhere else. But Tampa is on fire, and I got a good buddy of mine down there, Kenny Russian, who his just knows that market great, man. Anybody that needs to know about that market or wants to learn to wholesale, check him out, kennyrushing.com. He has some, this great program down there.
kennyrushing.com. His website is right there.
Just giving you a link. And Kenny has some properties that he wants to sell right now. He's supposed to send them to me. Some off-market deals, man. Anybody that has it's probably really, really great deals, man. I'm waiting to get them over.
Should I start with my BRRRR with multifamily or single family?
Depends. If you have the money, if you have the confidence, if you have the know-how, if you have the team, by all means, man, go buy your 200 unit. It's going to save you a lot of headache, and you're going to leapfrog people. But a lot of people just can't do that because of either money, experience, but I will tell you that Mike, my partner, Mike Ely, whose video you guys just watched, hey, let us know how you like that video too, man. The video that we showed you, he actually had 2 people in this group. They met in a group. I'm not sure if they ever did real estate before. I think one of them was a realtor. He didn't know how to find deals. They just syndicated a 294 unit. 2 guys. And Mike brought him in and he mentored him, and within a year, 294 units. And guess what? They already have another 60 units under contract. Within a year, man. You can grow fast and quick, but you got to understand what you're doing first. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, Nate Barger on YouTube, and hit the bell, and you'll be notified on any new videos that come out.